I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye.
Man, you know what I'm
Top of
saying?
his soul Kanye,
That's
set
who
on his goals Kanye.
I miss fucking college dropout. I miss late registration. I miss graduation Kanye. What it do, PMW crew? Is Sticks and D-Lo back with some additional content. Now, everybody's been up in arms about a lot of things that Kanye's been doing, and this week he's been going crazy again. So we're here to talk about a little bit of that. But first, before we get into the content, of course, as always, make sure you like the video, comment if you have any comments on the things that we're talking about, and of course, subscribe to the channel. It's like 90% of y'all that ain't subscribed that y'all be watching.
Yes,
So just
sir.
go ahead and hit that button. But D-Lo, man, so Kanye West, man, he's at it again, apparently.
Yay West.
Kanye,
Yay
well,
West.
Ye West is at it again, man. And I don't understand what his thought process be with some of the things that he be out here saying. Like, this man that went out here and posted a swastika on Twitter,
Mm.
talking about how he thinks Hitler was a brilliant man and how there was some good to him. And this man, of course, everybody knows who Hitler is. This man was out here committing genocide on a whole Jewish race. Like,
hmm
what do you think is good with Kanye, bro? What you think is good with Kanye, Lo?
I mean, so I always go back and forth between one side to the other because I can kind of see both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't really get with what Kanye has been talking about with Hitler and posting the swastika. It's just because I'm also not a person of hate,
Right,
and
exactly.
there's clear hate. It might not be
Clear.
hate. It might not be hate in Kanye's heart. He might be trying to see the good in the situation, but
Mm-hmm.
we know from what we know has been taught to us. Adolf Hitler was a hateful person,
A hateful person.
right? And
Right.
so for him to be posting swastikas on Twitter, for him to be on shows talking about the great things that Hitler did, and we need to stop hating on the not the Jews, hating on the Nazis, bro.
Come on, bro.
The only thing that comes to mind is I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye,
Man, you know what I'm
top of the
saying?
soul Kanye,
That's
set
who
on
I
his goals Kanye.
miss, bro. That's who I miss, bro. I miss through the wire, Kanye. I miss motherfucking, I miss fucking college dropout. I miss late registration. I miss graduation, Kanye. Like, where is that Kanye at, bro? And
Yeah.
like, he's been through a lot though. I mean, I'm not gonna act like he hasn't had some trauma that happened in his life, and that can be
hmm
kind of adding to the things that's fueling his fire to be this different type of person that he is now. Because it's like the Kanye when we were graduating high school is not the same Kanye now with us in what 20 years down the line. It's not the
Right.
same person, bro. And it's like he he continues with the anti-Semitism. And I don't
hmm
understand. I don't understand his logic for it. And I understand that he said that the Jewish community owns a lot of the businesses and owns a lot of the things that we number one that we purchase and that we actually like profit off of, or some of the things that we endorse, or they a lot of the rappers and the entertainers are endorsed under these Jewish companies. But at the same time, it's like, what have they done? And I guess, like we would say before, it's because he wants us to have those things too, as the black community.
hmm
You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, what has the Jewish community done to us to where you want to you continue to low key badmouth these folk?
hmm
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of so he's seemed to aligned himself with a bunch of conspiracy theorists, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
conspiracy
man.
theories out there right now about different races, different religions, and
Hmm.
whatnot. Um, and I think he's really dug into that and really um, holding true to what those conspiracies are. Um, I also think in the so you said he's been hurt had a lot of trauma in his life. He's definitely had a lot of trauma. We keep going back to the loss of his mother is the first thing that happens, and here lately he said he sacrificed his mother. I don't know if he really mean. I hope he doesn't.
I did not hear that, bro. When the
Well,
fuck did you say that?
I don't know if he's like straight out said he sacrificed his mother, but he implied like the powers that be had him sacrifice his mother. And then he says other stuff about, it's a lot of death in Hollywood, and people that are in fame positions now have lost significant others because they had to be sacrificed. So there is that element with the start of his trauma. It's also the divide of his family, and how he says the black community wasn't trying to help him, and the Jewish community wasn't trying to help him. So that's kind of why he's on the rants that he's on now, because nobody tried to help him when he was quote unquote at his lowest point.
That's crazy because I'm sitting here reading this right now, and it says that Kanye West has revealed that he believes the death of his mother, Donda West, was part of a large plan for Hollywood to control and traumatize him. And the quote says, "My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed." Michael Jordan, what about him? His
Lost
daddy,
his
right?
dad, yeah.
Bill Cosby, his son. Dre, his son. Out in Hollywood, a lot of people are come up missing. It feels like it might. It feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control and traumatize you. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loves me. They hit me. Gap, Adidas, they took it all away. Still, Forbes, who hates me, right, had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loves me.
Hmm.
Like,
So, I
bro,
mean,
I ain't gonna
we
lie. That I'm shocked, bro. That's
yeah.
crazy. That's a crazy thing to say, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not the first time that we've heard stuff like that before.
Well,
So
yeah, everybody
I
it
don't
talks
want
about
to.
the Illuminati and people being
Yeah,
sacrificed and blah 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 blah. But
yeah. So I don't want to act like it's a total shock and we've never heard it before.
right,
We have heard that before, but I think for him to be acting the way he is, and the people, conspiracy theorists that he has, cozied up with,
hmm
it may be get into him a bit. Again, we're not here to say if that is true or not. I don't know.
hmm
I would hope it's not, but just as there is good in the world, there is evil in the world. So,
I mean,
but
what's
the stuff he's been saying about Nazis, about Hitler, he been going crazy with it.
he has, bro, and it's like and the conspiracy theorist thing is, I don't know if anybody watching this knows who Nick Fuentes is, a guy who is a loony conspiracy theorist who was really big on YouTube and Twitch at one point. They got deleted or banned off of those platforms or all social media platforms at this point. And a guy named Sneeko, who is more recently become big within the quote unquote red pill community, but he's also a loony conspiracy theorist that is against the government and against a lot of different things. And he's been banned off of all social media platforms as well. But he has these two guys within his camp as far as trying to run his political campaign to be president in 2024. So it's like he's aligning himself with people who low key think like him,
Hmm.
which in theory you want to be aligned with people who have some of the similar ideals as you. But at
Hmm.
the same time, whenever you're aligning yourself with people who have the same ideals as you, and the mass community thinks that these ideals are hurtful and harmful,
Hmm.
you need to find people within your camp that are going to have a different perspective and bring it to light. I also saw something last night that Akon said in an interview where he said he's always gonna back Kanye, but he's also going to tell Kanye where he's wrong. And
Hmm.
if they can come to a common ground, then cool. But he doesn't believe in all the ideals of Kanye, but he's going to back Kanye as a friend of his. So those are the type of people that you need on your side. It's people who are not going to be yes men for you. You need people who are actually going to be able to say, yes, Kanye, you're right about this, but nah, bro, you bugging on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need people who are going to hold you accountable. And he has nobody around him right now that's holding him accountable.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. He has too many yes men. I think he needs to get some real ones in his camp,
Hmm.
like a if true, like a Akon. And I think also think we talk about this all the time. I also think we need to have more conversations like that in our country, to where you can disagree with somebody, but they
Hmm.
can still be your friend, or you can think a little differently than the next person, and it doesn't resort to you hating that person, or you just want to disassociate yourself with that person. I'm not saying that's the case for the Kanye right now, because there are a lot of people that want to disassociate themselves with him,
Hmm.
whether they're protecting their pockets or they just don't completely agree with him. They just want to disassociate themselves from him. But I think we need to be careful with continuing to give. I don't want to say censor him, because that's the last thing I want to
That's
say.
the last thing, of course.
Right. But I don't say I shouldn't say we. He needs to be careful with some of the stuff that he is saying, especially when it's like hateful. And
Hmm.
he always comes back to um you know, leaning on God and Christianity. That's great. But when you implement God and Christianity in situations where there is hate, and God was in the New Testament, Old Testament, he
Hmm.
was powerful, and he did, strike down on nonsense. So, there could be some truth in some of the stuff that Kanye is saying. I wouldn't say against the Jews, because that's like conspiracy. We've said it's conspiracy, but
Hmm.
he has to be careful.
He's
And
got to be careful.
if he's saying like that is a part of the narrative to control him, so that he doesn't say certain things, then he's gonna win over a particular group of individuals that don't want to be controlled.
Hmm.
But if he's just saying stuff just to say it, and then trying to put it as people are trying to control him, hopefully individuals are smart enough to look into it and see that he's full of what, and
Hmm.
he's just trying to say what he says and mask it as the powers that be are controlling him.
Exactly, exactly, man. And it could be even worse than that, man. Because if it's one thing that we know Kanye does, he loves his kids,
Hmm.
and he just recently got ordered to pay $200,000 a month to a billionaire in Kim Kardashian for child support.
Hmm.
And that, even that in itself is crazy. But with the things that he's doing, it could be even more detrimental, to the point where it's like, okay, like Kim Kardashian could come out and say some stuff like, "Yo, you are out here in the public eye bugging. I don't feel comfortable with my kids around you. I'm going to fight to a point where you can't see your kids no more because of the way you're acting out here in public."
Right.
Something like that could possibly happen, and it very well could be something to where Kim Kardashian would have a case, depending on, because the things that he's doing, bro, and the things that he's saying. So he really needs to be careful with the way he's handling, the way he's portraying his message, because, like I said before when we were talking about Kanye, it's not what you say, but how you say it sometimes.
Hmm.
And that's an adage that I live by, to this, that I will always live by, because you can go out and say, somebody can ask me, "Oh, is this guy smart?" I'm like, nah, he dumb as fuck. But somebody can ask me the same question. It's like, well, he came from a different type of background, and he may have had a different, learning experience. He came up in a different community, or so that would be taken for somebody that's not smart. That message would be taken better than, nah, he dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
So right now, Kanye's message is coming off as, nah, he dumb as fuck, because of
Hmm.
the aggression that he has in his message that he's portraying. So he really, really needs to be careful with the things that he's doing, man, because he's already lost a lot. He don't want to go to a point where he loses everything, because he is just like we talked about. Tom Brady told AB, he's on a path of destruction right now. He's on a
Hmm.
dark path right now, to where he might not be able to recover from that shit.
Yeah, I think he feels like he's a Christian crusader right now. And so the things that he's going through are ultimately for God's benefit. And hopefully so, but I would hope based off of my readings and my teachings of who God is and
Hmm.
what Jesus was here sent for, I would hope that it's not to be hateful to a particular group because of business dealings that you didn't like, um, that went awry from how you wanted them to be handled.
Right.
As far as the situation with him and Kim Kardashian, that's absolutely crazy that he just was. It just has been said that he lost uh, 1.2 billion
1.2
dollars
billion from Adidas. Yep.
in his net worth, and she is a billionaire, as we all know. But
100%.
Kanye West still has to pay $200,000 a month. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we talked about 2 weeks ago that for I forgot the woman name already, Erica Mena,
Erica Mena, yeah.
and her crying about getting 446,000 $4,600 a month, and that should be enough. And she's nowhere near a billionaire. Kim Kardashian does not need $200,000 from Kanye West.
Does
Now,
not need
yes,
it.
Kanye should take care of his kids and provide for what he has to provide for them. And I think in the article I read, he's responsible for their half of their tuition for the schools that they go to, their
Hmm.
medical costs and whatnot. Okay, yeah, he should pay for that.
Hmm.
But to tell him he has to pay $200,000 a month to a person that on paper makes more than him, um,
Crazy.
yeah, I don't know if that's a bit much.
That's a bit. That's definitely a bit much, and that's definitely outrageous. But I mean, I guess my final wisdom on Kanye, man, is just like I said a little while ago, man. Um, he has to be careful. He
Hmm.
has to be careful because he's on a path to where he could legit lose everything. And if that happens, I don't want to know what happen what goes on from there, bro. But it's it's tough to see somebody who was such a role model coming up through high school and college for us to be somebody who's such a distraction now.
Hmm.
It's hard to watch, man, and it's like, yeah, I guess he just got to be in my eyes, man. He just got to be careful, bro. What you think?
I think he needs, yeah, I think he has to be careful, but I think he understands. Listening to him, he understands that he's a target right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what message. It's not clear what message he's trying to convey. But I guess he has a message that he's trying to get out to the masses. Whether he's doing it cryptically or whether he's trying to just do it blatantly, I don't know. It's just not. It's not, to me. It hasn't been well thought out yet. I think he's just being, and I don't want to use manic, but it seems that way, right? It
One hundred
seems like
percent. It
he's a
seems that
bit
way.
erratic with his thought process, and whatever he feels like saying at the time of he's going through these episodes, he says it, and
Mm-hmm.
off it goes.
Off it goes.
Off it goes, and the world is set ablaze. And then he'll come back and he'll say, "God told me to do it," and it's like, bro, come on, man,
And
you
then
got,
and then a month later, he'll say, "God told me to do it," and then a month later, he'll retract.
yeah,
You know, since like we talked about the
yeah,
last time, he'll come back and somewhat apologize and retract and try to
right,
explain what he really meant. Well, why don't you take that thought process of, instead of saying God told me to do it, how about you take that how about you flip the script and take the thought out process and your apology, think about your apology first, or think about what you're about to say first, and then portray that in a better way, and opposed to
right,
just going off the handle and then having to come back and retract what you said and have to apologize. Why not do that first? So it's
right,
like, it's just weird, bro. Kanye, get it together, my boy, man. Get it together.
yeah. I mean, because the old Kanye is still going to be the person that the black community clings on to.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to protect him as much as we can, but I think he's past protecting now.
100%.
And but we'll always, and it's almost sadly, it's almost like he's died, and we know he hasn't. But we'll always remember and hold on to and protect that Kanye, because that was a person that changed the hip hop culture,
Mm-hmm.
but also impacted a lot of lives with his music.
100%. 100%, man. Just like Cole said, man, some of these false prophets, bro.
Hmm.
Sheesh.
Somebody
But
should have told me to be like this.
somebody should have told me. Anyway.
Yeah, but yo, we wanted to bring y'all this extra content to YouTube, just because we appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us.
Mm-hmm.
If you are watching this video, make sure you like, comment, share our content, and even subscribe if you haven't done so. And that being said, again, we appreciate you.
For
We'll
sure.
catch y'all next time.
Peace.